I've never watched Mr. Lewis's videos, but I watch these videos on YouTube all the time. And I lean more towards allowing citizens to hold their government accountable and challenge the authority of government. He could have sat out there and recorded all day.
I've got one that can see.
This is Good Citizen News, modern day patriot. He takes the ride. He got popped about a week ago, but this vid stems from an arrest he got a while back at the Social Security office.
So you can't have guns, knives, scissors, video recording.
I think this sign clearly shows that there is no recording allowed inside. Even has a statute attached. Cue the heroics.
This is a federal building?
So there's two different things going on here. The first is that Mr. Lewis was expressing his right to free speech under the First Amendment by recording in a federal building for news purposes.
If I may. So there is a video that the defendant uploaded to YouTube, and in that video you can clearly see where the defendant videotaped customers in the Social Security Administration interacting with Social Security agents while conducting business.
Oh, I'm just taking some video and gathering some content for a story.
You can do that.
Yeah, for news purposes, I can.
And Your Honor, I would have to argue that it does say photographs, it does not say video where there's sound.
One can make the argument, I suppose, that a video is just a very fast collection of individual photographs.
Right, Judge. I think it's prohibiting his entrance into the building. So saying that he can't record it in general. That's my understanding.
Renee is referring to this sign on the outside of the building, which states that it's federal law and Social Security Administration policy, and that says you can't do it without express written consent. So the federal law that is referring to would be what we're looking at right here, that if you're doing things for commercial purposes, you got to have written consent. And then the exception to all this is, except otherwise a rule, an order, a directive, or whatever. It doesn't say anything about policy here. There's nothing in the rule that carves out an exception for First Amendment protection based on policy.
I get it. Okay, I get it. Now I see where both sides are coming from. I think that the policy on the sign is in contradiction to the law on the books. And where the policy contradicts the law trumps. Title 41, Section 102-74.420 clearly gives a citizen the authority to record building entrances. Lobbies, I can't see how you would record a lobby without walking in it. Foyers, corridors, and auditoriums. And the memorandum of policy and procedure states, hey, we know folks are now coming in to do this. Let them do it. Let them do it. It is uncomfortable, but it is permitted. I was raised to follow rules, and that makes us good at bending to the will of authority that sometimes other people don't feel like they need to bend to, and they test the limits. And Mr. Lewis is testing the limits. And so I have to, as a judge, set aside my own nature of being a rules follower and actually follow the rules. And man, doggone it, it sounds really, from the plain language reading of the law, that he is within his rights to do what he's doing. And I suspect he's going to get arrested some more because he's going to keep pushing the government to be responsible to the people that fund it. and that is laudable.
Okay. Contact.
What's going on?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself? I wish these employees here would do their jobs, but I mean,
Police? What do you want
the
them to
employees
do?
do their jobs,
And what is that?
serve the public.
In what capacity?
Well, they're not doing their jobs.
How's it they're not doing their job, though? They're serving.
They're not serving anybody. They're just closed all the windows.
Okay, well, their job here is to protect this place and take care of the Social Security office. That's who they work for. So, I mean, who else do you want them to protect?
I don't need them to protect anybody. I need them to do their jobs. Well, are you talking about these guys or the employees back here?
Well, that's what you're complaining on them, right?
No, I'm not complaining about them. I'm complaining about the employees at the Social Security Administration.
Okay, and what do you want them to do?
I want them to do their jobs.
All right. Why don't you just go? Why haven't you applied to come work? Maybe you can kind of help them out. You might
Oh,
be
I
short-handed.
don't want to work here. I make more money doing this.
Okay, well then how you complain? Maybe they're short-handed, right?
No, they just close their videos, but they just close their windows because they don't like me taking video.
Okay, and if
Yeah.
they're also maybe they're short-handed, so maybe they're backed up, and maybe you doing this causing some sort of emotion might be even slowing them down. So people who probably do need help can't get it because now their window's got to be shut down because obviously they don't want you here.
That doesn't matter what they want. It's public property. Yeah. Now, if you go look at that sign on the wall, like I showed them,
Oh,
what I'm doing is completely legal. So
okay. Well, unfortunately, they don't really want you here, though.
that's a goddamn misfortunate problem.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, with them obviously not wanting you to be here, is there a reason why you don't want to leave, or is there a reason why you don't?
When I'm done conducting my business and you educate them, telling them that I'm legally allowed to do this as a First Amendment Constitution protected activity, get to gather content for a story, then yeah, sure. I'm gathering whatever I want to gather. Because it says right there on the wall, I'm legally allowed to do this. I can even show you where it says it, if you would like me to do so, and educate you a little bit. And then you can say, well, there's nothing we can do. He's not breaking the law in any sort of way. Just deal with it. I mean, that's what you can do.
All right, cool. Why don't you show us and
Sure.
if you want, you can also leave if you want to.
Oh, I'm not going to leave. Thank you, though.
Because at that point, you made your point clear, right? So there's
No,
point
no,
anymore.
but my point is to be here, finish conducting my business and my story. But right here, it says photographs, news, advertising, or commercial purposes, okay? There is section A, section B, and section C is the only one that applies, okay? You can read through the whole thing if you want, but section A is for non-commercial purposes, section B is for commercial purposes, and section C is for news purposes. Commercial purposes or non-commercial purposes and commercial purposes need consent, okay? And that's what that signs on the door say, is you need consent to video in here. For news purposes, I don't need consent. I can gather content for my story, unrestricted, except I can't go into like the non-public areas.
How are you-
This is my press pass.
Did you serve your country in any nature at all?
I'm doing it right now.
You've put yourself in harm's way.
I put myself
to
in harm's
protect
way
that
every
very
day.
book right there.
I put myself in harm's
And how
way
are you doing that
fighting
by
for these rights.
Antagonizing law enforcement, antagonizing people that are trying to conduct.
I'm not
business.
antagonizing anybody.
If we're here, obviously somebody is concerned.
Their butts are hurting. Maybe they should get some preparation H.
Why are their butts hurting?
They just don't like the cameras. And that's not my
Why
problem.
would they not like the cameras?
Because that's not my problem. I don't know. I don't have a problem with the camera. You come
you
in
don't
while I'm doing
mind-
business,
you
I don't care.
You don't mind causing people discomfort and causing a distraction and causing chaos for the sake
I'm
of
not causing
what?
chaos. I'm not causing.
Why are we here then?
Because people's feelings are hurt. You're not feelings enforcement, you're law enforcement. And as of federal law, this is federal law, I am not breaking any. So you should just tell the people, say, hey, look, there's nothing we can do. I'm sorry you're feeling upset. Can't do anything about
Do you
it.
have friends?
Window 3, ticket is 591 under window 3.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask that you leave the pump property. You have no business to conduct.
I am conducting
so-
business right now.
Okay, so here it goes. This is the manager. The manager's gone ahead. She's giving you a trespass warning to leave the premise.
All right, if I don't leave, you're gonna arrest me?
That's correct.
You're gonna violate federal law.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, so you're gonna
How
do
about
this?
If you don't like it, when you go to court, you can let them know.
No, I'll leave. I'll leave. Yeah, I'll leave.
No, we've already gone ahead. So can we put this down?
No, you're not. I'm leaving. I said I would leave. I'm leaving.
You were already given a warning.
You were given.
I'm I said I'm leaving.
No, now that you're going to, you don't want to go.
No, I said I would leave. I said I was just getting your name and badge numbers, and I said you're gonna violate federal law. I was leaving.
Turn around.
Come on, dude.
I've already given, come on.
I said I would leave. Come on. Do not pull it out of my pockets, guys. Come on.
I don't want to mess it up.
I do not consent to you going in my pocket.